Hi, Simon. How's it going?
Very well, thanks. And you?
Yeah, good, thanks. So look, I'm really keen to talk to you about security architecture. It's great you've come to talk to us. I just want to make it clear, and you can as well, that this is Simon's own personal views. It's not the views of his current or previous employer. So let's just wanted to make that clear. For those that don't know, what is threat modeling in a nutshell?
In a nutshell, it's answering four questions. What are we building? And sort of working at that level, which from an IT perspective is that component level. How can we break it? And that's not just security, it's everybody joining in there. How can we stop it getting broken?
Yep.
And then generally there's a fourth question, which is how good a job did we do at that? The fourth one usually gets missed off because nobody goes back to check that actually when you go live, all the threats out of the threat model have come back. But it's those four questions. I have to give a shout out to Adam Shostak, who sort of developed those. And I think that's a really easy way of threat modeling. And it's something that can be done really quickly. I mean, everybody does it instinctively. Yeah, if you walk out your door and you see, I don't know, a large number of people coming the other way that don't look very friendly, you automatically go, what am I going to do? How am I going to? And it might be you just walk back in and wait 10 minutes for them to go past. But it doesn't, and you can do threat models as part of sprint planning.
Okay.
What feature are we building? How could we break it? How can we stop it getting broken? And then at the end of the sprint, you can check to see if you've done that.
Is there a degree of kind of impact and likelihood and that sort of side of things in this?
There is. So the methodology that I tend to use is once you've got all of those threats, you need to do a prioritization because otherwise there's a danger you can find a really interesting threat that everybody wants to look at, but actually the ones that really matter you just don't get to. Generally, you run out of time. Prioritization based on the impact, the likelihood is a really good way to prioritize.
And I guess using the sort of natural agile approach of, well, if we have never got to that part of the backlog, that clearly wasn't important enough for us to kind of care as much about the stuff that hit the kind of the Scrum board or the Kanban board. So okay.
From a whole security perspective, I think threat modeling is brilliant.
Okay.
It identifies things that would need to be fixed, but there's a whole culture around it, and when done well, it sort of empowers the teams, and the response you get. So in some ways, threat models are sort of hypothetical pen test,
right?
But if you look at the difference in response to you do a threat model, there's a level of ownership within the teams, and you're there to support them doing the threat model, and you're teaching them how to threat model, which changes their security mindset. But also, there's an ownership there that they'll fix the stuff because they're finding about it out very early in the process. It's much, much better to, they've got time to do something. Whereas turning up with a pen test and going, here's 30 pages of stuff that you need to do, you never get a great response from that. So I think threat modeling has got a huge future in terms of supporting security, and it's really fun. You get to spend 2 hours trying to break things that you never normally had to.
Well, Simon, it's been fantastic. Thanks for your time.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure. Thank you.
Great stuff.